Hey guys, today we want to talk about a little bit about expats that leave. We do have expats that leave, as you would know. Of course, we're going to have expats that the Philippines does not fit. There's a lot of reasons why people leave, and some of them might actually be surprising. It's not always about money, although that's a part of it. A lot of people blow their last amount of money that they have in the bank thinking they're going to die here. And they blow it so quick that they got nothing left except for maybe their pension. And some guys don't even have a pension because they worked as musicians or they worked as something and they never had any money into their 40 quarters for Social Security, which is terrible. And a lot of people that I've seen that leave, they leave because they get a warped view of the Philippines, because the Philippines can be mean. I'm not talking about the people. I'm just talking about life here can be mean sometimes. Life can be mean because you could have got scammed your first time, you met the wrong woman. It could be many reasons. And some of those reasons can be brutal and hurtful. Some of them could be your past. Some people leave because of their past. Could be PTSD, anxiety, depression, family issues. Could be anything from back home. Nobody knows what you've gone through in your life. And you know, it's hard for people to sometimes to understand you. Even when you come to a new country, they don't understand you. You know, if you had problems in the United States, you're probably going to have problems here too. A lot of people tend to bring unresolved issues here to the Philippines. And those unresolved issues always rear their ugly head. You know, I've been lucky. I've been blessed here, you know, in so many different ways. I've been blessed. I've had my hardships and I've had my really great things that have happened to me here too. One of them is my outstanding friendships with my expat friends. I mean, like with Justin, Rich. I have a friend Rich back home, and another Rich in Eugene, and Michael, and a lot of other, and Frank, and the other Frank, and many of the other people here that we've had outstanding friendships. And I don't get to see a lot of these people a lot of time because I'm always busy. I try to see them as much as I can. I love them dearly, you know, and we try to keep those friendships rolling all the time. And with me, sometimes getting out of the house, even to come here to do a video today was kind of an effort. It's a real effort because I got 6 phone calls this morning from expats this morning. And I usually tell people to call me at night, and I try to fit everything in the 3.5 hours. If people can't get through to me, then just call me the next night, I tell them. But I will take the call sometimes in the morning if it's at the proper time or whatever. But I tell people, please try to call me at night. It just helps me more. I can get better videos out and stuff like that, and more videos, you know, and I don't miss days sometimes that way. Anyway, you know, I just want to put out about that, about the, you know, that about people that are trying to leave here, that when they go to leave, they don't give the Philippines a fair chance, I don't think, in that I think a lot of them don't think it out enough. When you come here, I think if most people gave it a fair chance here, I think most people would love the Philippines for that matter. For me, from my point of view, I love the Philippines. I've had days when I wanted to go home. Trust me, we all have over here. Almost every expat over here has had a day probably at one time or another where they wanted to turn around, jump on a plane and go home. Some of them say no, some of them say yes. At one point or another, and you can comment on that. You know, maybe you haven't. But I would say everybody here has had rough times here. It's no different than the United States. The living here is rougher. There's poverty to contend with. People are different than back in the US. They come with different issues. They come with different problems. Poverty is a big one. Culture is another one. Education is another one. Belief systems, superstitions, all those definitely add to problems over here, okay? For a lot of expats, they just become kind of an issue for a lot of expats. They can wear on you sometimes. Some of the girls could be jealousy. We've discussed that tons of times. It could be money issues, gold diggers, you know. We've all heard the gold digger stories here. A lot of the women here, kind of funny. A lot of people think that the first Filipino or first Asian woman that they run into is going to be like this girl from the movie, some movie. And it's going to be a big love story, and it's just going to turn out perfect. You know, one of the guys asked, I think I mentioned this in the past, one of the guys asked a Filipino guy one time, asked him, says, hey, how many people do you think it would take? How many women do you think it would take to go through before you found a decent woman? And the guy said, out of 50, maybe one. You'd find a good, decent woman here in the Philippines. Out of 50. That's coming from a Filipino himself. Now, would I disagree with that? Or would I agree with it? I'm not sure. I know it's hard to find a decent woman here. And I find each woman has their own issues here. I hear it from the other expats. I see it with my own eyes. Everybody has their own issues. And we have our own issues also. We kind of have to say, can I deal with that issue or not deal with that issue? Can I live with that for the rest of my life? Do I want to take that chance in my retirement years of going through a divorce? A lot of you guys don't think about that. This is our last stop on the bus for most of us. And some of us might have one stop left in us. But it really is. We're sitting in God's waiting room. We've had guys just recently that were talking to me about coming over here. And one of them just passed away, unfortunately. He never got to live his dream. And the guy's name was Paul. He was actually a good friend of mine from on the phone and from talking to him, you know, in chat and everything. Paul was from Alaska. Nice gentleman. He did woodworking. He was a fine craftsman. Paul was a fantastic person. Really good guy. He wanted to come over here. He started talking to Filipinas. And he started seeing that life could change over here for him in a good way. Because Filipinas, when they start talking to you online, they're throwing out their best at you. They're trying to attract you. It's like throwing out a piece of meat for flies. You know, they're like, honey, I'm going to love you for the rest of your life. I'll give you a massage the rest of every day. I'll do this for you. I'll do whatever you want. I'll cook for you. I'll treat you good. And they probably will. But they come with issues. They come with issues. A lot of guys think they're leaving the American women behind and they're leaving those American issues behind when it's got so many other issues over here. Like we said, again, education, moral issues, cultural issues, jealous issues, gold digging issues, money issues, family issues, asking for money. Are all families like that? Hell no, they're not. And I think that's actually the thing about families hitting you up for money all the time. I think that's actually a little bit overblown in many areas. I don't think you see that as much in some areas as you do in others. I think in the provinces, you're probably going to see that more. And that's where the guys really want to go find a woman. They want a woman from the provinces, which is more likely to hit you up for money. Whereas if you're in a family where they own their own house and they own their own business and they all work, they're less likely to hit you up for money. And that's the key to living here, believe it or not. You know, it's the key to finding a good woman here. Or if you're not going to find a good woman, fine. But you do need to find a friend here or somebody that's going to help you when you're down and out and you're having health issues or something like that. Whether it be a Filipina or an American friend, and somebody that you're willing to put some of your assets with to bury you or what have you, and put, you know, and leave them a little bit also, but also, or have it put with an attorney to take care of your body when you die and pay that attorney to take care of that for you to make sure that everything is done properly for you. That's the way to do it sometimes, is get a good attorney and tell people around you, leave it on your refrigerator, leave notes all over the place and say, hey, if I die, and put it on the refrigerator or something in your house. And when people go in there, they can call that person and let them know where your body is, whether it be in the hospital or what have you. At least they can tell people. You know, and tell your expat friends, give them permission to get the death certificates, to send them back to your family, to take care of life insurance policies, whatever you think you need to do. Make sure all that's taken care of. And also do maybe a binder on it. I've spoke about that before. Have a binder ready, you know. There's a lot of little mini nuggets I have in videos of the past that will help expats over here to give you a step up when something does happen to you. Also have a binder for when you get sick. Hey, listen, take this here with you to the hospital to pay them out of my insurance. Or listen, pick up this card and take it to the hospital so I can pay the hospital. Contact my insurance agent, let them know that I'm sick. Call the insurance company, let them know to pay. Tell the hospital to look at my card, my insurance card or whatever it is. Make sure you're taken care of. Anyway, guys, I know we covered a lot today, but I just want to make sure, that you guys are right and you guys are good and you're taken care of here and you're looking out for people too, But anyway, guys, I hope today's video was interesting to you. It's something I've been thinking about for the past few days. I know we touch on some stuff over and over again because it's so important. But anyway, guys, God bless. Take care. I hope you enjoyed today's video.